live from the westernunion.com VIP lounge.
Zendaya.
What's up?
Hi, nice to meet you. JV, by the way.
Pleasure.
I mean, or you listen Wild 94.9 Mornings?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think
Okay.
you realize that, like, I kind of grew up on this radio station because I'm from Oakland, so
I
this is
love
my
that.
radio station.
I have seen your tweets, and every time you say something about Wild, I'm like, yes, Zendaya loves Wild.
No, this
but
is
you've
my
never
favorite.
donned a T-shirt, though. Oh, look at that. Represent.
You want to know the amazing story behind this? The
Yes.
amazing story is my shirt, as I was coming in here, kind of got a stain, and I was like, I can't do this.
So
I
this
was
is a
like,
cover-up?
So this is my cover-up. And I was like, hey, guys, do you have a shirt? And then now I get to rep you guys everywhere
Thank
I go,
you.
you know?
Speaking of represent, of course you represent the town, Oakland.
Absolutely.
I just saw your last tweet. You're like, I'm home, and then 53rd Street. I'm not going to give any more specifics because I'm thinking, Zendaya, what if people take that as an invitation and they're like, we're here, we saw your tweet, we're at your house.
I don't live there anymore, so it's okay. That's why I posted it. Go ahead. You can go bother the people who live there all you want.
Yeah, you actually are invited.
Yeah, you
How
can-
would you handle someone showing up at your place?
At my-
Because they love you, but it's like,
Like
oh,
at my
you
house?
love me too much.
I mean, it'd be a little weird. It would definitely be a little weird. That's happened before. Like paparazzi people, like for a second, I don't know. I was just being followed by a lot of people, and they came up to my house, and my mom thought they were bird watchers, which is super cute that she thought that. And they were really like came up to her, and they're like, so, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hi, like she's on her way to spinning, and like just that's weird. No, that's weird. But like I'd say, like if you were a fan or something, it would still be weird because you have to gauge like, whoa, how'd you find all this?
Yeah.
But I would be nice because clearly they care about me.
Yes.
But
So out of Oakland, I think it's awesome and amazing that you started your dream there and things started to happen, the modeling, and then you were working on your craft with acting. I want to fast forward, though, to 2009. You have the Disney audition for television.
Mm-hmm.
There had to be a point where they're like, we're thinking about going with you. Are you like, God, please? Are you praying? Like, how are you feeling about it?
I mean, that was one of those things that, like, for me, it was a really hard time because I was, with my dad, and my mom had to stay back home because she took care of the house and the dog, and she had 2 jobs. And so my dad quit his job to come back and forth to LA with me. So we were literally going back and forth and back and forth. And I went to Oakland School for the Arts, downtown Oakland. And I would literally have to be gone just randomly out of the week and say, hey, you have an audition, and would drop everything that I was doing and just go to wherever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was hard to do, and especially to maintain your grades and to still be a normal kid. And then when I got the show, I couldn't tell anybody at school that I was doing it because it wasn't out yet. So I didn't want to say anything, get in trouble,
There wasn't one person where you're like, come here, I got to tell them.
No, I did tell a couple like of my close friends, you know what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying? But I didn't want to tell anybody. Plus, I didn't want anybody to like think I'd be like, oh, she thinks she this, that, and the third. So
I don't care what you think of me. I'm on TV.
So I was just kind of like, let me just lay low for a while. And plus, it also kind of sounded like a lie. Like, yeah, I just got a Disney show, and I'm gonna move to
Yeah.
Hollywood and be on TV. So I didn't want people to be like, okay, Zendaya, like, all right. So I just did it, and then they just found out later.
So we'll fast forward a little bit. You put out a song, which I love, a replay.
Yeah.
And I think the last time I looked, 88 million. These are not views. A lot of people get this confused about YouTube as if one person goes back 20 times. No, YouTube only counts one individual person. And even if you watched it 30 times, one person counts as a view, period. So
Yeah.
that's 88 million people. Like, it's a third of all of the United States. Do you ever
Crazy.
trip out like, oh my God, this is pretty big?
It is. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I forget all the time. I think it depends on what kind of person you are. Me, I forget all the time that I am of whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't think of myself as a celebrity, or I think of myself as a normal person who knows a lot of people and a lot of people know about her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really think of it that way. And I think the second you kind of get that in your head is when you kind of start feeling like you're better than people, or you kind of start thinking, that's just not. I don't never grown up that way.
You are incredibly mature. Like, I wanted to bring your parents up who are here. I don't often give advice, but my only advice to you would be follow your heart because it's done so well for you.
Thank
and then
you.
the Colemans, like, they've
Thank
raised
you,
a great
thank you,
human being.
thank you.
I look at how you handle stuff, and I'm so impressed by it.
I appreciate that.
And I was looking at Instagram too. I don't know if you have a chance to, see what everyone's saying, but so many people on your Instagram account are like, "Oh my God!" Like, I'm a fan of. I'm now just a fan of her as a human being and what she stands for, because we have enough people with the egos that think they have some talent and have
Yeah.
egos and bad attitudes.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would much rather be respected as a human being before artist. I think
That's awesome.
Even though I love art, it's it's what I love to do. It's what I spend my life doing. It's what I put all my energy into. But at the end of the day, like, what are you gonna actually leave on this world? Like, why? Like, what are you gonna be remembered for? So, absolutely,
I love that. I'm serious.
I'd rather be known as Zendaya. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For being a good person. So, I mean, but that's just, again, that's them. That's them doing their good
job, Mom and
parenting
Dad.
work.
Seriously,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
so awesome.
But here's the thing. The only thing is they get credit for everything. If I do anything, it's like, good job, parents. Like, wait a minute, I did it. Wait a minute now. I'm the one
I
who
take
did
all
it.
that back.
Wait a second, no.
Well, so look, they're not there doing the actual art. Let's talk. Let's put it in order. So, I mean, the modeling, and you have the acting, and you have the music. If you had to put it in order, I know it's tough, but in order of love.
I can't put it in order of love. 'Cause
You can't?
I really do equally love them all at the same time, which is why I try to do all of them at the same time. I'm acting, and then I'll go to the studio at night, and then I'll do a music video, and then I'll be dancing, and then I just want to be able to do everything. You know what I mean? I think I'd rather be able to do it all than if I couldn't do it all, I'd just be like, I can't do it. You know what I mean?
It's no wonder you were asleep in the car on the way over.
Oh,
was that
absolutely.
actually the stain? Was it your drool on the shirt?
Oh, it could have been. It very well could have been. I think it was caramel frap, because I had a little caramel frappuccino on the way up here. Got some in my dad's car. I apologize. I love you so much. I am publicly saying got it in my dad's car. And they really are being mean to me because, you see, I just got a car, and I won't let them do anything in my car. Like, no water.
Oh, you can
no
mess
clothes,
theirs up, but they can't.
That's their argument right now. And I'm publicly saying, everybody, tweet them or whatever, that I love them so much. And I'm sorry about the caramel frap in the backseat.
Speaking of love, know you love Drake. Any other artists where you're like, man, I just, when I got the time or however it works out, musically, I want to work with this person.
Well, there's a lot of people, honestly. I think that's like a loaded question. Like, that's like.
But they're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, call Zendaya. I didn't know that.
Well, Beyonce, obviously number one.
Beyonce, see?
I mean,
Call
come
her.
on, like, let's go. Like, it's Beyonce. Yeah. But there's so many dope artists out right now, and there's a lot that I feel like I'm really obsessed with that aren't well known yet that I want to work with, or there's people that are coming up, or just and I'm really proud of especially young people just kind of doing their thing. I think especially young women, even though we aren't a lot of us behind each other, which we should be. We should be working together and be happy for each other. But I'm honestly proud. There's so many young women that are really coming up, and they're doing their thing, and they're staying true to who they are as artists, and they're slowly taking off. And I think that's really awesome to see. So
the one thing I didn't read because I'm not a teen, your book advice.
it's okay. I might judge you a little bit.
Yeah,
if you had
it's
about
called
that.
Between You and Me.
Yes.
What are some of the things you talk about? What advice do you have for teens?
Well,
What's some of your gems in there?
Well, I mean, I wrote that book a couple years ago, and I just, I wanted to do something that was kind of useful, and it was targeted towards obviously teenagers. I'm not going to tell an adult how to raise their family because I don't really know how to do that. But I can tell, what it's like to be 12, and especially from a perspective of not some person in a suit saying, hey, we got to write a book about kids. What do they do? Oh, I think they like Twitter. You know what I mean? It's from someone who literally just experienced what it was like to be 12 and 11 and all the things, and, dealing with, drama for the first time and problems with friends, because you go from in school, you go from everyone's amazing and you love it to oh my gosh, I think I hate her. You know what I mean? And it's really a big flip. So to me, I just, I wanted to just talk about that and offer any advice that I could.
So I think although you're 18, I think you have the poise and the mentality, I shouldn't say mentality, but I think you could give advice to someone, honestly, 26, 27 years old, really, on how to handle things. Let me give Iggy advice. Recently, she let the trolling get to her. I'm not blaming her, but she's like, I can't deal with this. These people are saying all these negative things. I'll just quit social media and go out. Before she made that choice, what advice would you give her if she was your friend?
Well, I mean, I honestly, I understand everyone's decision. You have to realize that, sometimes people do, and as for anyone, need to take a break from social media. And I myself have taken a break. Everyone needs to just hold off and not be on their phone, because we get so caught up in the negativity of social media that we forget to use it for a positive thing. You know what I mean? Like when I use my Twitter to say anything or to do anything, I'd use it to make messages that I think are important, or to get out things that I think will make people laugh or funny. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or won't, I'm not going to tweet something negative or hurt somebody's feelings. That's just not who I am. You know what I mean? And sometimes we get so wrapped up in like, oh, it's funny, or, oh, this is how I feel. And you're allowed to express how you feel, but at the end of the day, we're all human beings. Like, gosh, we all have feelings, but, so for her, that's something that, like, I can't tell her how to live her life. And I think it's a good idea that she take some time off and get in touch with herself. But you have to be loving of yourself and get in touch with yourself and be happy with yourself first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you seem to have that approach. I think I read another comment where you're like, the opinions line. Mm-hmm. We got to be careful because Isaiah's here, but opinions, they're like buttholes, and she'll explain why.
Yeah, because everyone has
got a big
one.
Smile.
Everyone has one,
everyone
right?
has one, right?
And everyone thinks that everyone else's stinks.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
That's how they're like opinions. So everyone thinks everyone else stinks, but we all got one. And I think you closed it with, so just let people live.
Let them live. Let them live. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to live. Unfortunately, like I always say this, is like, because I was watching Interstellar, guys, and it just got me thinking. And I was like, guys, we are all stuck on this planet together. Like, we gotta live here. We can't just be like, you know what, Mom? I'm done. I'm going to the moon. Like, no, you have to live here. You can't leave. You know what I'm saying?
You've gotten in some fights with Mom. But what's the last one where
in
you're
the
like,
car. We argue
really?
in the car. Absolutely. That's what parents and families do. We argue in the car, and who's gonna drive, and who's this? You can't drive, and it happens all the time. But at the end of the day, this is my family, and I love them. You know what I mean? I
feel sorry for and I don't know where you're at with things if you started dating, but I feel sorry for the guy that is like, it has to go tell your dad. Hey, I really love your daughter, and I mean, he better out of respect.
Over.
But your dad he looks intimidating to me.
Absolutely.
I'd be like, I love Zendaya, never mind.
Going through the ringer. I feel bad for anyone who even attempts to try to think about even possibly consider breaking my heart.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So have you had your heart broken? Not yet.
Oh, no.
No, you haven't.
No,
okay.
No. I haven't, thankfully, and I don't think it'll ever happen.
Mom, it's gonna happen, right? See that laugh from Mom?
No. You see, I think I can, I guess, do some. What would it be like? Set it up or get it right from the beginning, so I don't have to deal with that. Or,
Mom, tell her.
I feel like it's possible. It's possible.
It's not.
I believe.
Everyone has a heartbreak coming. Look at next to your dad. I'm ssure you looked at me and you're like, that's the strongest man in the world.
Absolutely.
And I was 24 years old, I think it was last year. Anyway, so I was 24 years old, and this girl broke up with me. I thought we were going to be together forever. I sobbed on my mother. I cried, and I quit.
Aww.
I was in radio, and I quit my job. I go, I don't want to do radio anymore. I'm done.
I need some time.
So we all have that hurt. She thinks she's not going to get hurt, Mom. It is sweet.
Aww.
Yeah, it is sweet. You want to believe in love.
Have some love. Believe in love. Exactly. Yeah. Believe in it. But honestly, like I said, I'm not really worried, because even if I were to get my heart broken, which I'm not, okay, I have complete reinforcement.
Well, you can do that. Well, you have double reinforcement.
I'm set up.
Mom is there to get your back, but also, like, you can say to your guy, you thinking about breaking my heart? Because my dad's right there.
Yeah,
you
and
sure
my
you want
mom
to do
is 6'4". She's no walk in the park, all right?
Right.
So you have Mom, you got Dad, you got brothers, you got everyone who I call brother, which is like 80,000 other people. You got all my fans. Like, forget about it. Are you serious?
Really quick, let's talk about some music before we close this out. My Jam. Mm-hmm. Do you write all of your stuff?
I actually, it depends on the song. You know what I mean? Sometimes there are songs that are already created that I feel like Why Tamper with something that I always think is good. But then there are songs that I get to come in, I write a second verse or collaborate or do my own thing to it. So that's what I like, is really just making songs my own. And even if, I go in there and, tweak things and just make it myself, it has to be something that I enjoy. And every single song that I record, I love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I won't record anything that I can't just play over and over and over again in my car. And so well, my jam was like my jam. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So like when Bobby sent it over, I was like, you know, I'm loving this, and I went to a dance rehearsal, and I had all my dancers who are all my friends. They're all really close, and we're like a family, and they're all my age or older, and I played the song, and they were like, hey, like, we like this. I was like, well, I'm about to like go cut it with Bobby. And the thing about Bobby is he's so cool. Like, he is just
Love Bobby
chill
Brackens, yes.
and just I'm Bobby Brackens,
Yeah.
and just life and just flowing, and he's just chill. Like, he's just such a cool guy. And I've known him since I was like 12 years old. He did my first song.
Yeah.
And funny enough, my dad was his PE teacher, like, way back when.
Oh, wow.
And then when we first moved out to LA, he happened to be in the same apartment building as us, and my dad ran into him at the gym. Like, what? That's crazy. So it just all ended
meant
up
to be.
working like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm super close, and I think he's just a great dude, and like working with him is fun because it's not controlling. You know, he's not one of those
Yeah.
producers or artists who was just like, no, I don't want you to change this, or you can't do this. He lets me have fun with it. Like, you know,
Good.
he lets me add whatever ad libs I want, or whatever harmonies I want, or hey, can I change a word? Can we switch it up here? Can we do this? He's open for anything, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I think made this song so much fun. When we did the video, I was literally on vacation in Puerto Rico for my birthday. And he was like, you know, we want to do the video. I'm like, yo. My mom was like, why don't they just come out here and do it? He's like, why not? So we all
that's
just had a
awesome.
freaking party for my
Nice.
birthday in Puerto Rico while shooting the video. So that's why it looked so much fun, because we had so much fun. Anyway,
Very cool. And so you're working with Timberland?
I am. I'm going to be working very soon, and he's
Do you understand that that's it? It's over. I mean, you're already talented. You're amazing. You're 18. This is a lock. I'm serious. After
Timberland,
this,
people.
we probably will not get to even talk to you. Well, you love Wild 94.9, so maybe we will.
Absolutely.
But
got
I'm
you. You got a special
serious.
place in my heart.
I have little predictions and I have little vibes and I can feel things. I've been doing this a long, long time. Once this stuff comes out with Timberland, that's just it. It's
Yo,
over.
I mean, it's Timberland, people. It's Timberland. He's a G. There's nothing
Yeah.
else to say. I'm so excited. Like, I don't even like. He doesn't even have to send me the song. Like, just whatever you want, just make it and I'll record it. Like, I don't even care. Like,
Yeah.
whatever you say, absolutely. No, but he's amazing.
Yeah,
He's really cool.
I'm really looking forward to that. We'll leave it up to mom and dad if they want to do this. I'll make you one other offer if you have time. I'm looking for someone to weigh in on my show mornings once in a while. So we would build a studio right in your house.
Oh, snap.
If you wanted to sometimes just get up and go, yeah, my opinion is this, but I gotta go. Just
I mean,
think about
hey,
it.
I will definitely think about that. That could
Okay,
be fun.
cool.
Get my radio voice on.
Yeah. Oh wait, you said you do a couple of impressions.
Impressions?
Nicki Minaj.
The only impression that I feel like I do good is the Nicki Minaj impression.
Okay.
My name is Nikki, and I did this when she was on American Idol, and she'd be like, you know, I think America would love you. I think you're beautiful. You have a wonderful spirit, Carrie. What do you think? I love her. I really do.
That's a great impression.
My barbs. So like, that's my Nicki Minaj impersonation, people.
Hey, give it up, everyone here. That was
Thank
a
you,
wonderful
thank you,
impression.
thank you.
Zendaya, congratulations on everything that you've done so far. We'll be supporting you, not only because you're talented, you're just a really good human being, and
Thank
we're
you,
proud
man.
that you are representing the Bay Area
I
as well.
appreciate it. Thank you for
All right.
having me.
Thank you, Zendaya.
Hey, what's up? It's Zendaya here. Make sure you go check out more exclusive interviews and live performances on wild949.com.
It's alright, ooh baby, it's alright. Do move it like a long flight. Turn the air just might. Get it poppin', I'ma have some fun. Yeah, baby, think you are the one.